Hi guys, it's Katie. Welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be doing a crochet tutorial. So I'm going to be teaching you guys how to make these African flower motifs. These are the hexagons, but it's pretty easy to change up the shape of them. You just add less petals. So yeah, these things are kind of all over the internet. They're really popular right now. You can make so many things out of these, from like blankets to pillows. You can even make stuffed animals, all that kind of stuff. I've seen these used for a lot of different projects. They're really fun to make. They're really quick and easy to make, and like sewing them together and everything. But yeah, for now this tutorial we'll be showing you guys how to make these. I've used these to actually make this owl pillow. As you can see, these are like the 5 ones, but it's pretty big. I did these a little differently. You can add more like rows to the outside to make these a little bit bigger, because as you can see, the ones on here are a little bit bigger. I will link this pattern in the down bar. This is like the Maggie pillow. I found it on Pinterest. It's from Ravelry. I'll link it down below so you guys can purchase this pattern if you wish. I don't know the name of the lady who created it, but I'll leave those links down below. So if you guys want to make an owl pillow, you can. Also, just go ahead, browse Pinterest, and you can find tons of African flower patterns. But anyway, without further ado, let's jump on into the video. Okay guys, so for this tutorial, you're going to need a pair of scissors, an H-hook, yarn needle, as well as maybe a little clip to section off your rounds. You're also going to want at least 4 different colors of yarn to create your flower. So we're going to start off with our first color. Mine is pink, and I'm going to create a slip knot to put around my hook. And you're going to want to start by chaining 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So once you have 5 chains on your hook, you're going to take your hook and insert it into that very beginning chain with a slip stitch to create a little loop. So once you've done that, you're going to yarn over and create 3 chains, and this will count as your first double crochet. You're then going to yarn over, insert your hook through the center of that loop you created, and create another double crochet. And now you're going to want to chain 1, and you're going to do 2 more double crochets, and you're going to keep working this 2 double crochets, chain 1, all the way around the loop until you get a total of 6 2 double crochets, chain 1s. So as you can see the 2 double crochets and the chain 1 space. So again, just keep doing this until you have a total of 6. And this determines whether you have like a hexagon or a pentagon in your African flower. But since we're making a hexagon, we're going to have 6 sides. So once you get to the last double crochets in the round, you'll be able to see them. You can count them to make sure you have 6. And then you're going to want to take your hook and you're going to insert it into the third chain of that beginning chain 3, and you're just going to create a slip stitch to finish off the round. Now you're going to want to go ahead and just snip off that yarn. We are done with that first color, and now I'm adding in my second color, which happens to be yellow. And you're just going to pull that nice and tight. And now you'll find this chain 1 space that's right below where you inserted the new color. And we're going to insert our hook into there and do a slip stitch. And once that's done, you're going to pull that nice and tight. And now we're going to do 3 chains again, and this counts as your first double crochet for the round. And 3. And we're gonna yarn over, insert your hook through that same hole that you did the slip stitch, and create a double crochet. Now you're going to chain 1 and do 2 more double crochets in the same hole. And then for the rest of the round, you're going to continue to work 2 double crochets, chain 1, 2 double crochets in each chain 1 space from the previous round. So now I'm just going ahead and finding that chain 1, the next chain 1 space, and I'm going to yarn over and insert my hook to create a double crochet. So that's 1 double crochet. And then you're going to do it again for a second double crochet. Now you're going to chain 1, do a third double crochet in the same spot, and then you're going to go for a 4th double crochet, and you're just going to repeat that pattern all the way around until you get back to the beginning. And if you guys need to, feel free to pause the video, rewind as you need till you get it. It's pretty easy. So once you finish off your last two double crochets, you're again going to insert your hook into the top of the 3 chain from the beginning, and you're just going to create a slip stitch to finish off the round. So as you see, you'll have a little hexagon forming. Now we're going to keep with the same color for the next round because this round's going to be creating our petals. So you're going to insert your hook through that chain 1 space, the next chain 1 space between the two sets of double crochets. And you're going to do a slip stitch and then chain 3. And again, the chain 3 counts as your first double crochet. So now you're going to do 6 more double crochets into that same space, chain 1 space, and you should have a total of 7 double crochets. So I'm just inserting my hook and doing 7 of them. So once that's done, you're just going to move to the next chain 1 space. It should be like the corner of the hexagon. and you're just going to do 7 double crochets in there as well. And you're just going to repeat the 7 double crochets in every chain 1 space all the way around until you get back to the beginning. And then again, once you get to the end, after you've done your last 7 double crochets, you're going to insert your hook again into that 3rd chain of the beginning chain 3 and create a slip stitch to finish off the round. And by now you should notice that you have 6 petals and your flower is starting to form. So now I'm going to go ahead and snip off this yellow because we are going to start our 3rd color. Mine happens to be mint green. You can use any colors you guys want. But I'm just going to slip stitch this into the round and pull those tight. Now for this round, you're going to insert your hook into that first stitch right there on top of the double crochet. And you are going to make a single crochet, and you're going to do this on each of the 7 double crochets that made up the petal. So you're going to have 7 single crochets on top. Now once you get to the space between the petals, you're going to yarn over as if you're beginning a double crochet. But instead of inserting your hook into that first loop space, you're going to insert it into the space below from the round before and create a long double crochet. So as you can see, the yarn drops down to the previous round. And once you do that, you're just going to go ahead and do your 7 single crochets again over the top of the petal. And again, you're going to do the double crochet down into the previous round. And you're just going to repeat the single crochets and the double crochet all the way around the flower. Now once you're back to the beginning of the round, you're just going to insert your hook into that first single crochet space and pull through into a slip stitch. And that round is complete. So again, I'm just grabbing my scissors and I'm just going to snip off that color. And now it's time to add your fourth color in. So mine is white, so I'm just slipping that in to add the color. And I'm just tightening it up so that it doesn't get too loose. And you're going to want to chain 3, and this is going to count as your first double crochet. So the next thing I'm going to be doing is inserting my hook into the single crochet spaces to create 4 double crochets. So you're going to double crochet till you get to about the center of the petal. And once you get to the center of the petal, you're going to chain 1. And then after you chain 1, you're going to continue double crocheting along the side. The chain 1 is going to help create that corner of your hexagon. So now I'm going to be doing 8 double crochets along this side again until I get to the center of the next petal. So again, once you get to that center of the petal, you're going to go ahead and yarn over and just chain 1 to create the corner. And then you're just going to go back to double crocheting 8 more along the side, and then doing your chain 1, so on and so forth, until you get back to the beginning of that round. And this is going to create your final hexagon shape. Now once you get back to the beginning, you're going to again insert your hook into that top chain of the beginning chain 3 and create a slip stitch to finish it off. And now you're just going to want to snip off that piece, pull it through, finish it off, and you're going to want to weave in all your loose ends with a yarn needle And once it's done, it'll look like this. You can go ahead and stretch at the edges just to make sure that it's more like hexagonal and everything's kind of even and ready. And once you make a ton of these, you can sew them all together to create any kind of project. Hey guys, so I hope you enjoyed this tutorial on the African flower. I can't wait to see your guys' projects that you make from this tutorial, so be sure to tag me on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook even, and I'll be sure to give your pictures a like. I want to see what kind of projects you guys come up with. Drop a comment down below, give this video a like, share it, you know. Also, be sure to subscribe to this channel if you guys want to continue seeing more videos. Hit the bell icon and you guys can be notified every time I upload. I will see you guys on Wednesday for another Wreck This Journal video, so bye.